I'm against the idea of solo queue, like Sheffin, completely opposite Sheffin here, but if you are a solo queue player, go test your might.
Okay, but DEWA United will definitely not play solo or maybe play on their own with their individuality against this behemoth of a team in ONIC Esports. Still with the same lineup, both of them, no changes just yet. So this says that Coach Yep is very, very confident, and Coach Jack Lee, as you said, Mirko, might be looking for more experience to get to their main lineup.
I mean, seeing the sides has switched. Already a different approach, right, from side of ONIC. They left out the Paquito in that first game, in that first phase as well. But now it seems like they're on to something. They're trying to change their approach as well. Banning out the Paquito, asking a question. DEWA United, will you pick up the lane first pick again?
Oh,
No.
that is a very, very scary question to be asking here. But for DEWA, they've already adjusted everything. They've completely changed their bans. It was Fanny, Angela, Lance. Now it's Kanita, Kaja, Fred. So it's already completely different, a different take from Coach Jack Lee and Paddington. But that's a fair misban.
Okay, I think if this is a Eve, Kyrie will...
It's not the lane first pick.
It's the Fanny.
But it's going to be an assassin, though.
Okay. Like, moving like Nile here for Ray. Like, I haven't seen him on Fanny, actually.
I will say Ray is better than Nile, though.
Oh, okay. Is he?
Based on MDL, for the matches I've casted.
How about the highlights? How about the highlights?
For the highlights, you know, I mean, Nile has the edge in the highlight department because of that one play, but now it might be the Angeline combo.
I was gonna say, if this is gonna be a Yif, it's gonna be an instant Kyrie Ling Angela combo or Kyrie Fanny Angela combo, but the Angela here is pretty flexible, or it can be a roamer, and it can be also a pseudo mid laner too if you put like a frontliner in the mid lane, but it's gonna be a Joy which has a lot of flexibility for ONIC.
But if we're talking about ONIC, usually when you see the Joy, it's usually in the hands of Kyrie, right?
Yep.
You rarely see Boots on that
Well,
Joy.
MSC.
MSC, sure, but rarely again. Let's see though. DEWA United, what will they respond with? It's going to be the Valentina, and I feel like they should go and pick up a hero here for Leo Murphy. I don't know. I really like their approach, just securing the trio mid as per usual, right?
Franco?
Yeah,
Franco,
I was gonna say that.
Usually, sure. Yeah, denying it away from the hands of Drian.
Franco is definitely like the go-to pick here, but I don't know if that's... It's quite straightforward, isn't it, Mirko? Like, but it is quite straightforward indeed for Coach Jack Lee, limiting the counter for Array and also countering Kyrie with this Joy.
I mean, you know, Leo Murphy is a very straightforward guy. He likes to go for the initiation. He likes the flashy hero. So getting the Franco up here in the first phase makes sense. It always comes down to the trio mid. If you're up against ONIC, you need to match that trio mid. There's no way you can play around it.
For sure, for sure. Again, what will ONIC pick up here, it seems like? There's a comment though for Madi there for the first time, experiencing the thrill of being a team that is just addicted to being the champions. Let's go, MPL Season 12 and M5 next.
Okay, this time, Connie, you know your basketball, right?
Yes.
This is like KD moving to Warriors. Do you agree with that?
I mean, KD was a player. KD is a player. Adi is a coach, so very different, but I do get your point.
Okay, it's gonna be Arlet here, possibly for Boots. Doesn't really, you know, close the opportunity for this Arlet to go mid. We've seen this.
Rome as well?
Yeah?
Possible?
Oh, yeah, it is, actually. We've seen Hijume on the Arlet back then in playoffs. Doesn't really work out. But in this season, we also have seen, I don't know if it's SPS or MPL ID. Arlet mid has been big, right?
Yeah, we have seen that in a few tournaments as well. We have, but now, I gotta give props to Coach Yep though, really. Like, the creativity of his draft. It feels like even after the win, it feels like after the win, it's even more creative now. We are seeing so much more flex picks come into fruition for ONIC. And looking at the bans as well. They're up against Pendragon, they adjust. They're not a team who will go with one plan. That you never, I have never seen Yeb up there on stage with a book. He just does it on the go. He improvs. He's banning out the Masha in game number 2 here. And he banned out the Masha in game number 1. It's so much respect over to Pendragon, and it takes Pendragon off of his comfort hero. You don't see this a lot. A very improv coach.
Very improv coach indeed. Maybe he already ate the book and absorbs all the knowledge.
Maybe.
You know? Yeah. That's the way to go if you're... You know, I'm not going to go there. But yeah, 2 bans left for both of this team here. Coach Yep. The opponent has not picked a gold laner and an EXP laner. It's going to be Tarizla ban for Coach Yep. Probably like... Tarizla is a good matchup, right? Against Arlet, against Joy. If it's going to go to EXP lane. So it's a pretty good ban. Especially if you're picking these heroes.
It's a very clear target ban as well, right? I mean, 4 heroes banned out here for Pendragon. Yeb, he understands that, you know what, in the first phase, usually Jack Lee drafted for the trio mid. So let's start munching away that EXP. Again, possibly this Arlet is going to fall to the hands of EXP lane as well, but very smart here from Yeb. Asking a tough question here to Pendragon. What are you going to play? Ruby ban comes through again. It's just straightforward with the Fanny in hand. You want to eliminate the counters of Fanny.
You forgot one crucial counter though. The CW has been using a lot. Well, hasn't been using a lot now recently, but has.
Melissa?
Well, Melissa definitely comes into mind when you're going up against a Fanny. Brody as well, but I'm thinking more Moskov here.
Ooh.
They go for the Edith. Meanwhile, Boots, the guy on the Edith, they're like our fathers, Coach Evan Adi, always reminding us if we make mistakes and guiding us to do the right things, to become responsible players. I think this is a beautiful comment here from Boots, because whenever you see ONIC, whenever you meet ONIC, backstage, in front of the camera as well, they're always very friendly. They're always very welcoming, and it goes to show you how healthy the environment is, the environment that they have in their gaming room and in the team.
Completely agree.
Okay, but we can see a lot of dashes coming in from DEWA United, and also a lot of sustain from that Esmeralda. Countering the Joy, countering the Edith, but for Coach Yep, this is still a very, very flexible draft. I think the only thing that's very, very certain is Kyrie going to the jungle with that Joy. But aside from that, Edith can be played as a mid laner, I would say, because the wave clear is there, but maybe that's not the play. Boots gonna play the Edith in XP,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be a pseudo mid laner of Arlet.
You know what? They lack burst, right? So again, they should add in, considering going up against Esmeralda, who will
Moskov.
counter your Angela.
Melissa,
It's gonna be the Melissa. So again, they need, they add burst / DPS in that Melissa. Wow, okay. It's crazy.
Okay, this lineup, I put more faith in DEWA United. I think they have a chance.
Really?
But this is ONIC we're talking about, okay? I only see it from the draft. I think they have a chance, but it really depends on how good Ray is on his Fanny and how much he's gonna contribute in the early game towards that mid game. Because in the late game, it's gonna be hard for you to punish all the members of ONIC Esports because they know Fanny down to the bone with Kyrie on their lineup.
Now it gets even harder for DEWA. KB mentioned early on in the season that DEWA is all the way in the bottom. They need a miracle. And now DEWA, they need to produce a miracle up against the defending champions.
Interesting spell here from Pendragon, going for Purify. Okay, like if you're...
Whoa!
Like the only CC up there is just all and everywhere, but this is game 2 for ONIC versus DEWA United. But back to my point, it's Purify on Esmeralda against, Drian. There you go, the pseudo mid laner of Edith.
Yeah, I mean, it just brings back to Season 7, Season 8 vibes where Drian, give him anything and he will play. There you go, Edith roll, why not? And take a look at Sans here on that Angela. He will fill in that position of the mid lane and still on the support emblem.
Yep, for both teams again. Just looking at the emblems now, getting a quick scan. Boots and Pendragon both with a Brave Smite. Esmeralda, as usual, with a basic common emblem here. Doesn't really want to go for anything else, knowing he's very... Oh, good Iron Hook onto Sans from Liam Murphy, who has also taken that route. The basic common emblem, which is... We've seen a lot of different Franco emblems so far in this, in just today alone. I think earlier in our first match, Geek Fam versus Evil's Legends, Dreams went for support emblem for the extra cooldown within the kit. Now Ray.
Oh, Drian now needs to be careful. Good first blood there. DEWA United staying proactive.
Looks like the mid control is there for DEWA United. They have a bit easier time compared to the first game because they have Valentina, they have that pressure, the pseudo pressure. Even though the Franco is not there, it still is a pressure towards your mid laner. Where's the Franco? Like, am I gonna get hooked? Am I gonna get bursted down? And there you go, on cue. One kill. Might be another one. No, there you go.
No. And now looking at the in-game equipment by Dunia Games earlier. Again, just a solid start for both teams. But I do want to talk a little bit about the contrast. Going for support emblem versus going for common emblem here for the Franco. What does the common emblem give you that the support emblem doesn't? It's the survivability and the sustainability. You rarely need to recall, but you cannot spam your hook as much as you would with a support emblem. Now Turtle.
Let's see, it's a 3v2. Fanny now is in the vicinity. Kyrie picks up the Turtle. Boots now will go commit onto its keys. Sans picks up the kill on that baby.
Angela. Oh man, flickering forward as an Angela is a very rare sight to see, but CW versus WOT, this is the matchup you probably is very familiar with. Miracle took us through it. I mean, it's to be expected, right? Like, come on. Like, I don't think it's surprising at all, but I want to hear your thoughts about the lane matchup of Melissa versus 1-1, Miracle.
Okay, so I'll answer your first question first. I think I actually thought that you might have gone for DEWA after saying that DEWA might have a chance here with the draft. But yeah, for the top side, Melissa versus 1-1, it is a very still Melissa oppressive lane here. Melissa basically beats everyone except for Claude.
Still holding on towards that Inspire though from C-Dubs. Leo Murphy chunks his quarter of HP, but yeah, nothing much more from that engage.
Yeah, before ONIC very rudely, stopped me. Interrupted me. I was saying, CW, okay, that CW definitely has the advantage here until Watt gets level 4. Then this is where Watts can start making plays. But again, with the Quantum Charge, it's... and knowing CW understands the limits, understands the matchup against the 1-1, I do not expect him to be able to give Watts that back weakness point.
Oh, Sans domed. Not enough damage on towards that Angela, but again, good awareness from Sans. If you saw it earlier, Sans wasn't sure where the United members are. Just clears from an inner side of turret.
I mean, that's the instincts of a mid laner, man. Like, if you're facing against Franco, Kajo, this kind of pick off heroes that can go straight at you and just pick you off, it's gonna be hard for you to lane quite easily, and that's why always think of the worst case scenario. That's always the procedure to go when you're about to make an engage.
CW makes playing the Melissa look super easy. It's not as easy as you would think, especially in the highest level of MLBB. Oh, good stoppage there by Watt, but he still clears out the wave, so it's still going to be a Cannon Minion coming through, and they're clearing it out. Yeah, he's going to be able to soak it in here. The Cannon Minion was not cleared up, and Drian is rotated up top. It should be free for ONIC. They do it. Very well played. My goodness. Well, as I was saying there, never mind, Sans.
Oh, take a look at Sans.
Wow, what?
Flickers away in that. GG, take a look at Joy now. Joy already invading the jungles as well, so that's a loss. That's an L for Ray in the jungle aspect.
I mean, credit to Drian, right? Even from the first game, we know that Drian can read DEWA United's rotation like a book. Every time Leo Murphy is there, Drian is also there trying to back up CW, which is quite rare to see because CW is notorious for being that weak side gold laner. And he has covered Drian, he has covered CW quite well in his 2 games. And also Sans being the global presence with that hard guard helps a lot.
See, that's the point that I was getting at, actually, right? CW usually the weak side, now he's playing more of the strong side. ONIC are rotating up top. Pendragon here, even in the weak side, forced to use that Purify. But now there's a fight!
Oh, take a look at top side. Yes, Drian now very low. Will be caught, though. And there you go, no more engages. CW hasn't popped that Inspire as well, so that's a dub for DEWA United.
It is a dub, and the gold lane actually is equivalent. I didn't expect that. I thought ONIC for sure had it, but I see the gold like, oh wow, they're playing a good game here. But K is
forced to use the flicker, yeah, but he is able to get away.
Fleeting time. Fleeting time already built up now by Sans. 6 minutes in, pretty fast actually. But actually, I'm pretty interested to see. Yeah, it's Drian who's roaming, by the way. Sans is playing this Angela mid. So it is a roaming Edith with the roam boots.
Oh.
That's why Sans got it so early. That's why I was kind of confused. If he went for roam, that's a very quick timer to get the fleeting time, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mirko, but feast your eyes on the hands of the Ashura. Kairi. Like, every kind of movement, like, oh, the map checking, the item checking, it's always very, very fast, man.
The claw grip.
Yeah. That's also courtesy of Samsung Galaxy S23 Series 5G.
Oh, thank God we have that hand cam, man. We're blessed.
Oh, this might be a mistake.
Oh, we'll see. Boots here still has a flicker, so still okay. Now trying to somehow
Okay.
chunk Fanny down. Because Cyril is up. So again, ONIC here playing it very, very patiently in second game.
I really like the fact that you pointed out that this might be a mistake, because to the naked eye, it does seem like a mistake. But when you have Sans on an Angela who has that spatial awareness to go and put or use the hard guard whenever someone's in danger, it becomes less of a mistake. It becomes an advantage sometimes. And if Boots, or if Ray committed onto Boots there, he would have lost. By he, I mean Ray would have lost that skirmish. The hard guard is always going to be there, and look at what ONIC are doing now. They're playing strong side CW. They're ignoring the turtle.
It also helps the fact that Kairi is using Joy, which has a lot of abilities. They can get into teamfight quite fast, but Pendragon is just tanking everything here. Oh, I don't know about that, bro. You're playing against ONIC. Don't poke the bear, bro. Or don't poke the porcupine.
The Porcupines certainly have a way of reacting to these team fights. But the proactiveness as well is here. ONIC slowly but surely losing that grasp on the gold lead. They're still waiting on that power spike though, so for both teams, they're gonna wait for their power spikes. For the Fanny, I would expect the Blade of Heptases to be his power spike, and the Windtalker for what? That's almost built up. Meanwhile for CW, we'll be waiting on that golden staff. That is quite a far purchase away. CW is gonna get that golden staff a bit later compared to Watt with his Windtalker. So DEWA will hit their power spike first.
Yeah, there you go. What? Highest gold by Kairi. Masterful manipulation with the dashes. And not hesitating to use the electrified beats to just clear the lane. But so far, DEWA United doing really good against ONIC. And I think one of the ways to make that happen is through playing 1-1, because when you're playing 1-1, your opponents are going to be very careful about which engage to make. Do I have to go in? And there you go on cue, Mirko just said, Windtalker for what?
Yeah, an engage here potentially. Ultra Zero Murphy, a lot of knockups, a lot of flickers as well. But Boots finding the right engage, and there you go. ONIC finding 3 kills out of nowhere. Now Pendragon might be the target. Ray though will steal the purple. Pendragon now soaking a lot of damage, falling storm on towards one with the help of Ray. Kyrie gets taken out. Pendragon now will be stunned, will be thrown back towards the right side.
That's flicker.
It seems like he will not survive. DEWA United lost 4.
I think one of the most impressive thing about ONIC is not just how they find the engage, how they find the opportunity. It's just how fast they're at responding, how fast they're at punishing overextension, and you can see they are pulling the trigger as 5. There's no shred of hesitation coming in from all the members.
And that was when DEWA had the upper edge. The Windtalker was built. That was their power spike. Now, right on cue as well, CW built that golden staff a bit later to Windtalker, but heck, it's here. And for you guys back at home, Blee play together. It gets even more fun together with a 10,000 or 10% cash back. Scan the QR code now. Get your skins.
Okay, but what? Having the time of his life in the top lanes, just like you, Mirko, always split pushing and not joining the team fight. And I think this is the right way to play, especially if you're a Watt, and DEWA United is very Watt-centric. But Boots might be in trouble here. A lot of CCs.
Conceal play already popped as well. Kyrie though. Oh my god, Kyrie finds a Lord! No problem! And now let's see the fight though.
What?
They might lose it all. Kyrie finding one, Boots in the backside, will be the recipient of that crossbow over 10, gets taken out as well though. It's a 3-4-1 for DEWA United. Sans in the bot side. Oh, the damage too much. He's a baby girl. He gets taken out.
Okay, finally. It's not really sign of life because I think we've been mentioning ONIC way too much that we forget that DEWA United is still very much in the game. Even after that mistake when 3 people goes down, and after that Lord take, they're still very much in the game, especially with Awad getting all he wants. 3-1-2 so far in this game, and both loads of items. Instant replay.
Let's see what happened here. DEWA United played it to perfection. Ray with that Leo Murphy iron hook was what caused it all. See, because on paper, ONIC should have the better teamfight composition despite Watt and Pendragon being in the fray with Ray. But that pickoff, that Leo Murphy signature pickoff, can always turn the tides around. Now, he's on the wall. Dreon!
What flicker on an Earth Shatter? Doesn't really connect though. Yeah, that's about it. DEWA United here still with the economy lead. And ONIC, they're still somehow finding the rhythm here in that mid-game towards the lane.
I think Watt has to rush Athena Shield here. I don't care if you're, very aggressive with 1-1. You're up against a Kyrie, which already had a Blood Wings. Also Dreon, which also deals magic damage a lot, by the way. This is Edith we're talking about. It's a tank that deals damage, but Dreon might be looking for a punish here.
Let's see. Pendragon now, half HP. Still escape. Oh, take a look at the damage there. Leo Murphy now will be caught. Ray will not cause that damage just yet, but it's still a win for ONIC.
Now it's even clearer, right? In the last team fight, that one iron hook from Leo Murphy changed the tide of the fight. As long as they're able to nullify CW, then ONIC will not have enough damage to take a full-on team fight, but if they don't...
My goodness, this engages from Boots, man. Stop this guy.
Oh, my lord.
Side keys now. Flickering away, pop the rhythm as well as a copy, but nothing else. Take a look at the economy lead earlier. Now, gone.
There you go, Mirko. Silence Rope into Athena Shield. I think this is the best play to go. Even though there is an option to go for a Rose Gold meter, it's just way too risky, especially with how low the magic defense provided by the item. It's just not enough against boatloads of magic damage coming in from ONIC, especially from Kyrie in the late game.
Oh, I thought the hook was on towards the player. But Ray will not have a purple the next a minute or so, 2 minutes or so, as they march on towards the Enhanced Lord.
Yep. As Lord spawns back in, ONIC are in position to take it, to play with the waves on the side as well. But look at Watts. This man has been making the macro maneuvers, clearing out these waves, split pushing, as I would do as well in these games. But I don't have this, the same effect.
Okay. But yeah, so far, Lord Dance, though, I don't think both teams has clear advantage in terms of composition. I would say even the better team is Ray because he has more potential to go split push, but Kyrie is just very, very dangerous on this Joy. Even a single dash just deals that much damage. Meanwhile, Awad and Leo Murphy is trying to make something happen on top lane.
Something interesting for CW on this Melissa is the fact that he rushed the Malefic Roar. Usually after you get the 3 core items, you want to go for the Haas Claws or a Wind of Nature or some defense here. Engage.
Let's see, Pendragon. It's Lord will be taken by Kyrie, no problem, and Fanny gets instantly deleted. Take a look at the engage. 2 members again on top of Ray gets taken now. And that's not a good sign if you're a DEWA United fan, as ONIC will claim their second Lord.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I thought for sure when Leo Murphy comes there's going to be another hook, and it's going to be the same case again in the team fight before Mirko. But in this time around, Leo Murphy just gets punished by Boots, punished by Dreon, and all the frontliners of ONIC all pulling the trigger as 5. The synergy is masterful.
They learn from their mistakes.
Well, let's see, 2 minion waves pushed. Mid-tier 3 gets taken out. Bot tier 3 gets taken out as well. And DEWA United, what can they do now?
Well, for DEWA United, the only thing they can do is to turtle in their base and wait for Leo Murphy to get a miracle hook once again. If he's able to land the hook properly onto the back, onto CW, then there's a win condition. But if not, ONIC can steamroll and end the game right here, right now.
Let's see the offense from ONIC. 5 men. Lord, 13,000 HP. DEWA United will take care of that first, but it seems like ONIC will not. Oh, take a look at Ray. This is a reminiscence of Kyrie with the Fanny, just defending with the Fanny. Base back, base back. Oh, that's a huge catch. 3-man catch when Dragon gets taken out. And now ONIC is pulling trigger. Little Murphy will get taken out as well. As Boots at the front side, wreaking havoc. And ONIC, they take the game 2-0. DEWA United will not be able to pull the trigger in the second game.
Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt whatsoever when ONIC kind of falls off in the mid to late game there? Is there any doubt? Still, the micro carries. Doesn't really matter if your composition